Good morning, dear students. So in the last class we have discussed with some of the basic concepts of biology. So today we are going to continue with the same thing. So in the last class I was discussing, what is biology means, once again I'll repeat it. So what is biology? So the biology, it is a branch of science which deals with the study of life. So the word itself, biology, it is made up of, or it is a combination of two words, that is bio as well as logy. See, the word bio, it refers to life, whereas the logy, it refers to the word study. Bio refers to the word life and logy refers to the study. See, majority of the students, what they feel difficulty in biology is the words. They will say the words, they are very difficult words are there, it is very difficult to memorize the words, or it is very difficult for the pronunciation. So this is what the major students face the difficulty, but no, it is a wrong consumption. Why I am saying this wrong means, see, because in the word itself the meaning is hidden. If you understand that basic terminologies, what the basic words mean, you can write it in your own words also. Is it clear? So it is very important to understand the meaning. Understood? So in the last class we have discussed regarding this biology. Next we were discussing regarding the cell. So what is the cell? So in the first chapter of the first PUC, there is a chapter called as the living world. What is this living world? We are going to study in this chapter, that is, we are mainly going to differentiate between the life and the non-living things. So what is this life made up of, or what the life it is consist of? So that we are going to discuss when we will start with the chapter. So very one basic important concept of the life is, the life, it is made up of a cell. Hence, the cell is referred as structural and functional unit of life. Yes, very basic. So the life has to exist, or if the organism is in a living condition, or if it has a life, that means it is made up of cells. So now the life, it may be unicellular in nature, or it may be multicellular. It may be unicellular or it may be multicellular. Again, in the word itself there is a meaning. The word uni refers to single. What it refers? Single. That means the organism, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್. It is not made up of multicellular, it is made up of a single cell. So that type of organism, or that group of organism itself, they are called as unicellular. Next, what is this multicellular? Multi, that word, it is a common word that refers to many. Many antandre more than one cell. If it is made up of, then it is called as multicellular organism. Understood? And the common word what I am repeating in this class is organism. What is this organism? Means the organism is a general word. We can either consider it to the animals, we can consider it to plant, as well as we can consider it to the microscopic organism. So organism is a general term. Understood? So in the biology, if I say generally organism, organism means either it may be animal, it may be plant, or it may be a microscopic animal. Understood? So this is the word organism refers to. Now I am saying the organism, either it may be unicellular or it may be multicellular. Either it may be animal, it may be plant, or it may be a microscopic species. Whatever it is, So either it may be made up of single cell or it may be made up of many cells. Now what is an example for single cell? Single cell, the unicellular organism, the best one is, example is bacteria. Bacteria, they are made up of single cell. Again in the bacteria, number of cells they are present in the form of colonies that I will discuss in upcoming class. So just remember the unicellular organism, the best example is bacteria. Multicellular means it is made up of more than one cell. Then it is called as multicellular. We can give any example. So the best example cell, animals, plant, they are the best example. So also we were discussing that I had already discussed, the cell is the structure which is very minute, which cannot be seen through our naked eye. Hence the cell, it is microscopic in its nature. It is microscopic, means it can be seen only under the microscope. Understood? Now next, the group of cells, further it results in the formation of tissue. Then the tissue, further it forms the organ, and next the organ, further it is converted into organ system. So actually this is how a single cell is converted into a well-developed organism. The life, remember, the life exist, not exist from a single cell. You take it as a higher multicellular elephant, dinosaurs, whatever you take an example, all the life, it begins from a single cell. Understood? That single cell, I'll repeat, that single cell is zygote. What is the zygote? Don't bother, we'll discuss that everything in detail in upcoming classes, but remember just the word, the life begins with a single cell. Either it may be unicellular or it may be well-developed organism. It begins with a single cell. Next also, we were discussing that there are two types of cells. One is animal cell and the another one is plant cell. And also the cell, again it is differentiated into prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. The cell, it is differentiated into different kinds, different types. So usually it is distinguished into two types. One is plant cell and another animal cell. So now this plant cell and animal cell, it comes under eukaryotes. Understood? Then what is this prokaryote? I'll explain. The plant and animal cell, they are an example for eukaryotic cell. So now let us take the example, what is prokaryotes? First we'll study with the prokaryotic definition. The word pro refers to first. Karyo, that word refers to nucleus. Karyo, K-A-R-Y, that word refers to nucleus. And they don't think the nucleus is formed first. No, that is not an exact meaning. So the prokaryotes are the unicellular organism. What they are? The prokaryotes, I am going to write the point, they are unicellular, means it is made up of a single cell. The prokaryotic organism, it is made up of a single cell. Next, this prokaryote, very important basic concept, this prokaryotic cell, inside the cell there is no definite nucleus. There is no definite nucleus, or we can also, one particular word we will call it as, it is called as incipient. Incipient nucleus. Yavadun incipient nucleus antivi? The nucleus which is seen inside the prokaryotes. So usually what you have studied in your lower classes, let us consider this as one animal cell. Inside the animal cell we will see a distinct nucleus. Understood? Where in this, if I say this is a cell, now in this cell where is the nucleus means you can easily identify, yes, this is a nucleus which is surrounded by nuclear membrane. But in case of prokaryotes, very important, there is no nucleus, or the nucleus is not surrounded by definite membrane. Nucleus is not surrounded by definite membrane. Means, let us consider this as a genetic material. You already know, or if you don't know also, you just clarify. The nucleus is one of the organelle which is present inside all the living cells. Understood? Now this nucleus, what it contains or what it consists of, the nucleus, inside the nucleus there is a genetic material. Nucleus ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? Genetic material ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು genetic material ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ DNA, or you can also say it as chromosomes. The highly coiled structure called as chromosome will be present inside the nucleus, and this chromosome, that is DNA, it is surrounded by membrane. This membrane is called as nuclear membrane. What it is called? Nuclear membrane. Now this genetic material is separated with the cytoplasm of the cell by this membrane. Which membrane? Nuclear membrane. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನೋ, ದ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ DNA. DNA ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ DNA ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ವಾಟ್? ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಎಂಥ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಪಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು? ಇನ್ಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. Don't say that nucleus is absent. Nucleus is there, but the nucleus is not. Very simple word, what you can say. In prokaryote, there is no definite nucleus because the nuclear membrane is absent. What you can say? The nuclear membrane is absent. Understood? Got it? The nucleus is one of the organelle. All the cell, inside the cell, all the living cell, it contains different organelles which has a particular structure and particular function. If I go on listing what are the organelles seen in the living cell, means the first one is mitochondria, organelles which is present inside the cell. See, don't get confused the word organelles with organ. Organelles are the structures which have a definite structure and which perform a particular function inside a cell. Cell ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರು ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ಸ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಮೈಟೊಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, chloroplast in case of plant, Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex anta kuda helbodu. Next, endoplasmic reticulum, now this endoplasmic reticulum, it is differentiated into two categories. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Let it be, we will discuss that in later upcoming classes. Understood? So ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು? ಆರ್ಗನಲ್. ಆ ಥರ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿನ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ಸ್. ಆಲ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈ ಥರ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಇದು ಮೈಟೊಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ, ಇದು ಎಂಡೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಕ್ ರೆಟಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ಸ್, ಅದು ನಾನು ಯೂಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಪ್ರೋಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ but it is not surrounded by definite membrane. So hence we will say the organelles lacks the membrane, or you can say there is no, or you can also say no membrane bounded organelles. No membrane bounded organelles ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೈಟೊಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರಲ್ಲ, ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ in the prokaryotic cell the organelles will be randomly distributed inside the cytoplasm. Random ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಗನಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ದ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟು ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಯೂಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2-3 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ವೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ, ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯೂಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ದ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ there is no definite nucleus because the nuclear membrane which surround the nucleus is absent. Don't say nucleus or genetic material is absent. Inside the nucleus there is a genetic material, understood? But here the genetic material is not surrounded by what? Membrane. Hence we can't distinguish the nucleus. So in simple we can say the nucleus is not surrounded by definite membrane. Hence it is called as incipient nucleus. Whereas in case of eukaryotes, the nucleus it is surrounded by a definite membrane. This is a very important point between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Still there are different, the plasma membrane, it has cell wall, understood? I'll explain that when we'll move with that chapter. But very basic concept between prokaryote and eukaryotic cell is that. And the example for prokaryote is bacteria. Bacteria are the best example for prokaryotes. And there is also kingdoms, what we will discuss in the upcoming class. The bacteria are the best example for prokaryotes. Then give an example for eukaryotes, means animal cell, plant cell and other microorganisms, fungi, they all come under this. You may ask then what about the microorganism virus? See, virus, it is not included in any of the kingdom, understood? That we'll discuss in the next class. But the virus, it is not considered in either it is prokaryote, eukaryote anta distinguish madakalla. It is kept in a separate branch, understood? Because the virus, it does not hold any living characters. It acts as a living only when it enters inside the cell. Which one? Virus, understood? So when it is outside the living organism, let us take now on this table there is a virus. Now if it is on that table, non-living thing, it will be as a non-living itself. But when that virus enters into the living system, or when it enters into the cell, it acts as living, understood? And the virus, it is made up of only two components, mainly protein and genetic material. So the genetic material andre ellargu ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೆನಪಿರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು DNA ಇಲ್ಲ RNA. They are called as genetic material. Genetic word, wherever we come across with the word genetic material, immediate ಆಗಿ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಓ ಅದು DNA or it may be RNA. Is it clear? So in viruses It is made up of proteinaceous covering envelope. Along with that, it contains a genetic material. So the virus, it is not considered either it is a prokaryotic or eukaryotic. It is kept in a separate branch. But the rest organism, except bacteria, the other all the organisms, they are considered in eukaryotes. Is it clear? So this is about the basic difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now in the eukaryotes, again, it is differentiated into two categories. One is plant cell and animal cell. Yes, now just I have given a brief concept what was about the cell, everything. Now the cell, further it is formed into tissue. Now what is this tissue? So tissue is a group of cells, general will say, but it is not an exact definition what we require in biology. See, in the biology, don't think it is a difficult concept or it is very difficult to understand, no, nothing. Try to understand the concept. If you write it is a group of cell, it is not a complete sentence. If I get some of the cell and I make it in the form of group, we can't call that group of cell as a tissue. Why? Means the tissue, it has its own character. What are the characters seen in the tissue antandre? Yes, it is a group of cell, but it is a group of cell. Yes, let us consider this as a group of cells. Now don't bother either it is a plant cell, group or animal cell, don't think of that. Just imagine this is a group of cell. Understood? Now this group of cells, it has to be arised or it has to be born or it has to be formed from a same mother cell. There is one theory what you are going to study in cell, that is called as cell theory. In the cell theory, there is one concept. This concept bittu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಬೇರೆದು. ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯಿತು ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಬಂತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಟೂ ಡಾಟರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆದರೆ ಇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ daughter cell. How many daughter cells? 2 daughter cell. And what about this cell? What we'll call it as this cell? We'll call it as parent cell. Cell ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರೀ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ದಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Also it has nucleus, along with that it has organelles inside it. Understood? So there is a theory. What this theory say means, if the cell or the cell is there, this cell it has already formed from the pre-existing cell. ಇದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವೆರಡು ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ the cell, whatever the cell is there, it is formed from the pre-existing cell. Now this cell is there. Now this cell is there. How this cell is formed? This cell also is formed from the pre-existing cell. That is a theory of a cell. That is cell theory anta heltivi. And another very important point, it is ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಗ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ 2 daughter cell. ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಾಟರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? 2 daughter cell. Now this cell I have called it as parent cell, or you can also say it as mother cell. The common word what we'll use here is mother cell, or you can also term it as parent cell. In the same way we were discussing regarding the tissue. It is a group of cell. Understood? It is formed from the same mother cell. What it is formed? Same mother cell. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗಾನ್ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್. ಸುಮಾರು ಸಲ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್. So that is, it is formed from the same mother cell ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸೇಮ್ ಮದರ್ ಸೆಲ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇ ಅನದರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್. ಕಾಮನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒರಿಜಿನಿಂದನೇ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಎರಡಾಯಿತು, ಎರಡು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 4, 4 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 8, 8 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 16, ಆ ಥರ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. Understood? So either you can use it has arisen from a same mother cell, or the specific word what we are going to discuss in the textbook is it has a common origin. And also the third point is this tissue, the cells whatever present in the tissue, they are similar in the structure, or you can also say it as shape, with specific function. With specific function. So these are the terms what you have to use in a tissue. ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? ಒಂದು, this tissue is a group of cells. I am discussing with the tissue now. So the tissue, it is a group of cells which has arisen from a common origin or from a same mother cell. Arisen, which has arisen from a same mother cell, or you can also say it as common origin. Next, the third point what you have to highlight is the cells are similar in the structure. Tissue alla, the cells, group of cells, idralli irattalla number of cells. The cells in a tissue are similar in their structure or shape which the specific function, with a common function. ಏನಿದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್, ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆನೂ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ, ಆ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸು ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಆ ಥರ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಲೆಟಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ. ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದು ಮೇನ್ ಏನು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಇದಾದರೂ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರ್ ಆಗದಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಆ ಥರ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ವಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ವಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಲೆಟಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವಿಷನ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಮೇಜನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸು ಆ ಇಮೇಜನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಹೇಳೋದು? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್, so you have to write the 3 point in tissue. The tissue, it is a group of cell, it has arisen from a common origin or same origin. Next, they have a similar structure with a specific function. Similar structure with a specific function. So that is about tissue. Next, tissue. Further is organ. Organ. What is this organ? Number of tissues or group of tissues. Group of tissues results in formation of organ with a specific function. ವಿತ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇಂದ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು? ಆರ್ಗನ್. ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಗೋದೇನು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನ್. ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್, ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಕಿಡ್ನಿ, ಲಂಗ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Now that organs, how it is formed? It is formed by a group of cells. Understood? Now let us take ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಮಸಲ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅದು. ನಾವು ದಟ್ ಮಸಲ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಸಲ್